Well, hi. I want to add some things that to the report that May put together for you. She put a bunch of things together to help you find money for your business. But looking at your website and everything, I just thought I'd add some things that come to my mind. One, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Google gives $10,000 of free advertising money to people, but it's nonprofit organizations. And I just wondering, there's two things about, excuse me, about that. It's $10,000 a month. They sign up as a nonprofit, and I know you're not a nonprofit, but just think if you found a nonprofit, say a local church, community group, homeless shelter, whatever, because you have industrial products, and I'm wondering if they sold them for you as a revenue. Uh, to make money for their nonprofit, and you're able to use $10,000 a month to advertise them selling your products, and you share the money with them. I mean, that's a possibility, or even if you wanted to learn how to advertise on the internet and get $10,000 a month to learn how to do that, and Google, give you that money as a nonprofit. But here's what you do: you get your person to use that money and work with a local nonprofit on how to use it to raise money for them, not sell your products, but really just fundraising for them. In other words, you could even hire an intern or something like that, somebody who wanted to get experience, in learning how to market on the web. And that would be a way to get $10,000 a month that you could learn. Wow, where else are you going to get that? I mean, you go to an MBA, it costs you $50,000. And here you get real life experience of spending money on the internet, seeing how to make money by spending money on the internet. Man, there's no better deal than that. So that may be interesting to you as a web-based company. Also, I don't know, watch this video here I have on how not to pay for advertising on the web. Maybe you're already aware of this, but I've made a lot of money, using media web and otherwise, but I don't pay. I share. So if you're going to give me a sale, I'll give you half the money or whatever it is. I'll split what I get with you. Sort of like when my books were in the bookstore, they got half the money. So anybody can sell half the money. So if you've seen my ads on TV, it's really because I don't pay for the advertising, because you don't know what works. See, if you pay for advertising, and you're going to be out of business before you figure out what works. And so the way not to be out of business is to share with somebody. Okay, if somebody says, "Hey, advertise here, and you'll be a millionaire," say, "Well, I'll give you $500,000. So advertise, and I'll share the money with you." So that's really the way to stay in business. Watch that video about that and explain. And then I'll show you how to use the affiliates, how to use websites and other things, or to do searching and find people that run your ad and they get money. Also, another thing about getting marketing help. I mean, if you Google about marketing help to sell on the internet, you're going to get people want to sell you stuff. Well, there's enough free help. You don't need that. Again, the way to stay in business marketing anything is not spending money. So here I'll show you a couple places where you could get a free marketing expertise. One, a place I use and I'm on, is officehours.io. And if you put in marketing experts there, you'll see all these people that are marketing experts. So you don't have to pay $500 to go to some course or whatever. For 10 minutes, people give you the best off the top of your head, and that's really probably about all you need to figure it out yourself, just to make sure that the thing, what you're thinking about is real, and that you could, take it to the next step yourself. Another thing, a way to learn about this is through meetups. I don't know if you know about meetup.org. This is a place that you can put internet marketing. I did it here for Washington, D.C. area. And there's dozens of people that meet for free and they share ideas, other people trying to market on the internet. It's just learning a skill or tip or whatever instead of paying, a couple $1,000s to somebody who is, says they're an expert, and they're really not. They maybe got lucky once or whatever, things like that. And the way you learn it is just by playing the game yourself. And the problem is that sometimes you need money to do it. So there's other ways like this. Now, here's another guy who interviewed me, and you can watch our interview. He loves helping people, sell on the internet, and starting their businesses and growing. Sweet guy, he does this, out of the goodness of his heart, and he has a big stable of people doing that. So it's a way to get it for free. Now, here's something I think that's very valuable for you is government contracts. I looked at your website, and you're selling, supplies and things like that, that looks like the government buys more of that stuff than anybody else. Man, you'll send more to them, than you will, on the internet somewhere. And see, they also have grants. They give small businesses grants to figure out how to sell to the government. I mean, it may take you 6 months to figure this system out, but once you figure it out, man, you got meat for a long time. I mean, you build a whole career. My sister, does framing in her garage somewhere in the middle of Virginia, makes $1 million out of that. Just a government contract. It's over and over. That's why, to me, they're better than grants, because a contract, when you learn that system, you get getting more and bigger and bigger. A grant, you get one and you're gone. Now, and there's 3 videos I have, interview people who are experts on that. I don't know about crowdfunding, but I put some information on that, and it's growing. This thing is exponential, and I'll show you how even small businesses are getting it to finance their businesses in all kinds of ways. I mean, this little, a small entrepreneur needed money to travel to a conference, got money for that. Consulting businesses, they got $100,000 to do their business, all kinds of businesses. So I got examples there. And then I listed some private grants, pay like FedEx and things like that. There's not a whole lot from private companies on grants. And then to make sure, May has it in her listing there, your local small business development centers. I have videos here that show you how, because that is better. They give marketing help, technology help, any kind of, do that free. Now, here's the other thing that's really important is your loans. You're looking for low interest loans. Okay, things like here, Zip Kiva, that's a 0% interest loan. You're not going to get it cheaper than that anywhere else, because these are nonprofits. These are alternative sources of loans. The big companies, the banks and everything, you're paying money to some fat cat to belong to a country club. These aren't. Here's another one where Starbucks gives money to community banks to lend it at more forgiving rates. These are loans where people can't get loans anywhere else. So look at the ACCION. ACCION. That's again for low-income people who can't get loans anywhere else. That's what that is. That's where you should be investigating loans, not in traditional sources, or if there's a government subsidized loan. But many of these are who's going to give you less than 0% interest loans? So look at all these. And now here's a loan. You don't even have to fill out a form. No, there's no financial statements you have to fill out or anything like that. It doesn't matter about your credit rating. They just want to know, do you have customers? And that's good enough to do that. So check out these alternative loans. Check out what May sent you, and let us know if you need more.